your partner has a narcissistic collapse, then chances are you're feeling a lot of hope for the first time in maybe even years, because they're breaking down about their behavior, they're realizing that they fucked up their whole life, and they're wanting to do something different going forward. Especially if they're expressing remorse for how they've treated you. Maybe they're apologizing for dismissing you, belittling you, bullying you, whatever it may be. Maybe they're apologizing for it. But I need you to remember that a narcissistic collapse produces distress, not insight, and there's a very big difference between the two. They look the same. They both look like change. And in a healthy person, going through a distressing situation normally produces insight. But for a narcissist, all of their distress, it comes from that narcissistic injury, not empathy. It's not that they actually feel bad for what they've done to you. They feel bad for how it's impacted their life. Narcissists need something called narcissistic supply to get them out of bed in the morning. It is literally the fuel that runs their entire life. So what looks like remorse almost always reflects shame over losing some source of supply, whether it be a job, a relationship, if they've been publicly exposed, humiliated, whatever it may be. They've lost some sort of supply, and so now they're scrambling to get it back. And that's going to look like change. That's going to look like those empty promises, but it's really just shame. That shame can cause short-term behavioral changes, and that can feel very promising, and it makes you think, okay, they actually meant it. But you need to look at what's driving that change. It is self-protection, not empathy, not insight, not the desire to actually change as a person. So instead of asking, is the collapse real? I want you to ask yourself, can this person maintain change when it costs them admiration, supply, or validation? And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the answer in almost every case is no, because change requires the very capacities that define the disorder by their absence. Things like insight, empathy, flexibility, and the ability to look at oneself in the mirror without shutting down, splitting, or externalizing. Narcissistic collapse cannot generate all of those things because they are lacking in their personality structure, and personality is very, very inflexible and rigid and very resistant to change. And that's why narcissists cannot change.